Hello and welcome to Learning Excel 2013. This is the second video from Tutorial 4. My name is Mike Henry, and in this one we are going to be creating a pie chart. We're going to learn about some terms here that will be useful for all the charts that we use later on. Data source and what category values and data series values mean. We're also going to take a look at what the quick analysis tool can do for us as far as setting up a chart. So now that we have our monthly loan information in place, let's start moving down here, and we'll see right here we have an estimated production schedule. And basically what we'd like to do is make a nice chart here. Now charts give us a lot of information really quickly. It's like a picture, and as the old saying goes, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So people like charts. There's a lot of information that can be given rather quickly. Sometimes though, if you don't create your charts properly, you can end up misleading people with how we do this. So as we go through this, we're going to look at some terms. We'll understand how to create charts that might not be misleading to people. So the first thing that we're going to do is right here, we have wine and production goals right here. And this is the information that we're going to be graphing. Now in this case, we want to look at the amount or percentage of what each of these types of wine is bringing into the entire production. So whenever you're talking of a percentage of a whole, a great chart for that is a pie chart. Now you'll notice that I've highlighted this area right here, and I want you to see this area right here is now called my data source. All the data from my chart is right here in this block area. And there's two columns here. This column here is going to be called my category values. These are the values that are going to make for each piece of the pie. We're going to say that this piece of the pie is a Chardonnay piece. Now over here, this column is going to represent our data series values. These are the actual numbers that will make up our chart and how big each of the pieces of the pies will be. Later on you'll see that if we do a column chart, you might have 6 different columns for or 6 different columns of information or data series values for the 6 columns that are going to show up in that chart. So again, I highlight my data source. Now there's a couple ways to start a chart. You can see right here I get this little tab. It's called my quick analysis tool. I can click right on that quick analysis tool, and you can see that I can do all kinds of quick analysis things here. I can do formatting. I can go here to charts. I can go right here to a pie chart, which gives me exactly what I want, a pie chart. I could do a clustered or a column chart, and I could even get into other things. So this quick analysis tool allows me to get there really quickly. Now I also, let me re-highlight this, I could also come up here. For those who are more familiar with older versions of Excel, you came to Insert, and then over here you had all your charts. And now they have a new category here called recommended charts. And if you click on that, that just shows you that for the data type you've set or what you're picking, they're recommending one of these kind of charts. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to get our pie chart. And I see my pie chart looking there, and I hit OK. So I've got a pie chart here. I want you to notice that now over here in purple you can see this is my category values, and those category values show up down here. My production goal numbers here are what makes up the sizes of these different pieces here. And we're going to actually move our chart here. So to move this chart, you'll notice that right now I've got these little dots around the chart. It means anything I do with the mouse or the keyboard is on the chart. If I click off, now anything I'm doing is on the spreadsheet. So I click back here on the chart, and I go to the chart sides here, and I just grab the chart, and I'm going to move it right here to the corner of B16, and I place this upper corner. I grab this corner here, and I'm going to place that right here at at the bottom of D27, and you can see I've got a chart that's now fitting in here. So in this video we created our first pie chart. We saw that the data source is what we highlight to start getting our chart together. This is all the data that's going to be used to create this particular chart. And then we learn that there's two key parts to a data source. There's the values. The category values are going to be the ones that usually end up being your legend. You're going to see that as your legend, so we know what each of the pieces of the pie, or later on what each of the columns will be. And then we learn that there's the data series values. These are the hard numbers that we use to create how big that piece of pie is compared to another piece of pie, or how big this column is going to be compared to that column over there. We know that in a pie chart you're only going to have one set of data series values, but later on when we have column charts you might have 6, 7, or 8 different columns, which would mean you'd have 6 or 7 or 8 different data series values. And lastly, we learned that Microsoft has created a few more ways for us to create charts. The Quick Analysis tool is one of those. You can also use the Recommended Chart tool, and then you can always use the original way to do it, which is just insert and go to the chart category you would like.